The goals are disappearing, fans are grumbling, the fail compilations are increasing, and Darwin Nunez might just be on his way out of Liverpool. In this video, we'll analyse the reasons behind Nunez's struggles. Is it a difference in tactics? Is he struggling to adapt to the competition? Or is there a twist in the tale? Are we about to witness a shocking transfer saga involving a surprise club willing to take a punt on the struggling striker? January 2024 was a teary-eyed month for the Anfield faithfuls. Jurgen Klopp announced his exit. "This is my final season," the German declared. That shocking announcement did not just come with a lot of reactions, but also expectations. Fans and pundits talked about a legendary send-off in the cards. The players are surely now going to send their gaffer out on a high, was the talk. 3 months later, reality paints a bleak picture. Liverpool are out of every cup competition and facing a distant shot at the league title. Accusations of downing tools are flying, with one man being the prime suspect, Darwin Nunez. Nunez is a walking paradox. One moment, he's channeling his inner Messi, rattling the woodwork with thunderous strikes. The next, he's channeling Mr. Bean, missing sitters and offside more times than a flag waver on match day. He's both the Joker, capable of moments of unpredictable brilliance, and the ace, the missing piece Liverpool desperately needs. This guy wouldn't hit the water if he fell off a boat. So it's no surprise that with his inconsistent form and with new management coming into the picture next season, his future at Anfield could be over this season. Nunez leaving Liverpool? How's that even possible, you ask? Stick around and you will find out how. Nunez has always had it tough. The Uruguayan tale, however, goes beyond the recent struggles. His journey is a classic rags to riches story. Born in Artigas, Uruguay, one of the country's poorest neighbourhoods, he witnessed hardship firsthand. His mother, a bottle hawker, and his father, a construction worker, instilled in him the values of resilience and overcoming adversity. These are traits that propelled him from his humble beginnings to the pinnacle of European football. His time at Benfica was a dazzling display of pure talent. 34 goals in 40 appearances, and there was that sumptuous brace against Spanish heavyweight Barcelona. The electrifying Nunez arrived at Liverpool in 2022 with a bang, scoring in the Community Shield and Premier League opener. But then came the silence. 7 games without a goal, 7 games where the doubts crept in, 7 games with the fans on his neck. Watching the 24-year-old striker on the ball is like a couple in a horror flick about to do their thing in the woods. You know it's going to end badly. The only suspense is how. What started as a bang became a whisper towards the end of the season. So, how do we define Darwin Nunez's first season at Liverpool? Mixed might be the official verdict, but whispers from outside Anfield paint a harsher picture. Sure, Nunez has had his moments. 15 goals across all competitions, including strikes against some of the biggest names from City, United, Arsenal, Real Madrid. But these moments are overshadowed by glaring weaknesses. He's become a meme on football Twitter, the embodiment of frustrating inconsistency. The Haaland comparisons only add salt to the wound. While the Norwegian tears up the league, racking up goals and trophies, Nunez feels like a student struggling with his finals. Some will tell you he's the archetypical work in progress, brimming with potential but riddled with flaws. But sometimes it seems the Uruguayan plays like he's pranking his teammates. Technical deficiencies, questionable physicality, and a concerning lack of tactical awareness often leave him looking lost on the pitch. There have been rookie mistakes, like the headbutt against Anderson, a moment of pure frustration that reeked of a player unable to control his emotions. But the biggest criticism revolves around his finishing. Nunez, in his first season, endured a long battle with the back of the net, squandering countless chances and infuriating fans with his indecency. The statisticians tell a damning story. Nunez's expected goals, XG, far outstrip his actual goals scored. In simpler terms, he's missing chances he absolutely should be burying. The people started asking questions, and it did not take long before we got treated to different theories explaining Nunez's struggles in front of goal. They were fun too, but one particularly fascinating culprit stood out: the language barrier. Remember that crazy 4-3 win against Tottenham? Well, there was a weird moment where Nunez was about to come on as a sub, and Thiago, who was injured, ran over from the bench to chat him up. But Klopp's reaction was like, "Whoa, hold on there," and the whole thing went viral. It turns out that one reason Nunez might be struggling to score is that he doesn't speak English that well. Imagine trying to understand complex game plans and the coach's instructions when everyone's yelling in a different language. Talk about a disadvantage. Klopp's been working with Nunez on extra English lessons, but it seems like mastering the language is proving trickier than dribbling past defenders. Here's the thing, even if Nunez becomes Shakespeare, Liverpool has a bunch of Spanish speakers on the team. But Klopp clearly feels the language barrier has been a problem this season. Learning English will help him massively, Klopp said. Except, a whole new season has rolled around, and those extra lessons haven't exactly worked miracles. Another theory on Nunez's struggles was that maybe the timing was just not right. Imagine joining a team on fire. A well-oiled machine where everyone knows their role and clicks perfectly. That's what could have happened if he'd arrived the season before, playing alongside superstars like Mane and Salah. Chances are, he'd have been a goal-scoring machine from the get-go. But in the last 2 seasons, Liverpool hasn't had that same unstoppable force. Mane's gone, and the whole team dynamic feels different. It's like Nunez, with his blistering pace and knack for darting runs behind defenders, got stuck on a team that wasn't built to use his skills. He's been like a square peg trying to fit in a round hole. Think about it. If you joined a new soccer team where everyone spoke a different language and completely changed the way they play the game halfway through the season, wouldn't you be confused? But you know who's not buying any of that? A recently employed executive at the club. The honeymoon period might well be truly over for Darwin Nunez. Even Anfield legends like Jamie Carragher are starting to question his ability. After a wasteful display against Everton, Carragher publicly slammed Nunez, suggesting he lacked the clinical edge needed for a top striker at Liverpool. Nunez actually has had a strong decent scoring record this season with 18 goals. The problem lies in how many clear-cut chances he squanders. His conversion rate, the percentage of shots he turns into goals, is abysmal compared to other top strikers in Europe. It's like he has a superpower for getting into dangerous positions, but then forgets how to finish the job. With the Premier League title slipping away, rumours are rife that this could be Nunez's final bow at Anfield. Here's why. Jurgen Klopp's departure leaves Nunez without his biggest advocate. The manager who championed his signing won't be around to shield him anymore. Things get even trickier with the arrival of new transfer gurus Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes. These guys have a reputation for being ruthless, especially when it comes to players they didn't sign themselves. So, what does the future hold for Nunez? A new manager often brings a fresh start. Maybe the incoming boss will play to Nunez's strengths, creating a system that unlocks his potential and finally help him develop that killer instinct in front of goal. But Nunez will need to adapt quickly, bridge the communication gap with his teammates, and silence the doubters. And speaking of a new manager, Liverpool are reportedly on the verge of appointing Arne Slot, the mastermind behind Feyenoord's recent success, as their new manager. Slot's reign at Feyenoord has been nothing short of phenomenal. One player who's thrived under his tutelage is Mexican striker Santiago Jimenez. Their partnership has been a revelation, with Jimenez transforming into a prolific goalscorer and one of the hottest properties in Dutch football. Here's where things get interesting for Darwin Nunez. Slot, unlike Klopp, is known for being a no-nonsense manager. The Dutchman, who isn't afraid to shake things up, publicly criticised Jimenez this season when the Mexican was in a slump. This approach could spell trouble for Nunez, who is sometimes inconsistent. With a new manager known for demanding results, and a potential new striker in the form of Jimenez, who already fits Slot's system, Nunez's future at Anfield is hanging in the balance. Some might not remember this, but the Uruguayan was close to leaving last summer when Chelsea came knocking on Liverpool's door. It took the intervention of Klopp to block the move last minute. But with Klopp gone, will the new regime feel the same? Will Nunez rise to the challenge, or will he be shown the door?